So it is the evening of the day. I sit and watch the little birds play. They're so cute. I'm at the lake right now. I have to get up really early tomorrow, but I just needed to ground myself, I guess. I just needed to go into nature. I've been stuck in my head so much lately. I've just been overthinking a lot. I know I'm telling you nothing new if you know me. So I just like to share some thoughts before I go to bed. And I don't know if you can relate, but ever since my sister left this world, my thoughts have just gotten louder. And I feel kind of my brain is constantly trying to just keep me ahead of the feelings that are lurking, like deep inside of me, if that makes sense. And some days ago, my dear friend, sweet friend Natalie from Berlin, she said a sentence that really, it just hit me right in the chest, and it just stuck with me ever since. Overthinking is under feeling. It's so simple, right? Maybe you know that too, you felt that too. Like it's easier to think than feel, because, feelings are unpredictable, they're kind of chaotic and, wild. And they just also take time, and they take space. Lately, when I notice my thoughts kind of spiraling, I'm learning to ask myself one question. What is it that I'm not feeling right now? What is it that I'm not feeling right now? More often, the answer is something that I've been carrying with myself like for a while. Someone is shouting at their dog. Being here really helps. It just helps to feel connected to my surroundings, to nature, to ground myself. And it's just something about the lake, the water, and the smell of the earth, the smell of the water. Like, I feel like I'm like in this with all my senses. Probably it also kind of makes space for the things I'm trying to run from, if that makes sense. So maybe if your thoughts have been spiraling also lately, you've been overthinking like me, try to befriend yourself with the idea that you're trying to protect something really tender, and that actually, your system, your nervous system is actually trying to do its best to keep you safe. But we don't have to stay in our head forever. I'm just realizing, we can get back to our body, we can get back into nature. I really I want to kind of start doing yoga again, for example. I don't know what is keeping me from that. I'm kind of doing sports, but it's always quite functional. I actually want to start dancing again. I've been like watching some 90s 2000 dance videos on YouTube, which is so much fun because kind of my emotions get involved while I'm doing it. That's also beautiful. But also just sitting with my feelings, with my emotions, while feeling my body, doing kind of body scans, really trying to feel the emotions in my body. It's really windy right now, and before it starts raining and the thunder is coming again. Oh my god, there are swans. So before that happens, I'll probably just try to relax a little and meditate and feel my body. Bye-bye, snails. Oh my god, is it a baby snail? Yes, baby snail. Bye-bye, baby snail. So cute. Oh, I just love forests at this time of day. It's so moody. It was raining a little bit. The air smells so good. You feel how nature absorbs you. nature just flows through you. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Look at this green. Oh. It sounds like look at the screen, but look at this green. And maybe after you watched my video, you can go outside into nature too, to start feeling again. Just immersing yourself in nature. Does anyone know Falco? Anyone from Austria here? I left my home in Georgia, headed for that Frisco Bay. I would love to have a home in Georgia. Not gonna lie, I loved Georgia when I was there once. Loved the people there. Shout out to the people from Georgia. It's so beautiful here. Gonna stop and walk into this beautiful field, which you can't see yet, but you will. I'm bringing you this little flower from Mother Nature, hoping that your day and your evening and just your moment in time will be beautiful and blessed, and to inspire you to go out into nature. Go out into nature. As soon as you finish this video. That is so typically German, like when someone loses an item, people just stick it on a stick, like at a tree or something like here. You know, actually when I started recording my first YouTube videos, I actually overthink was overthinking. I've been overthinking a lot. And now it's like I let myself be led by my emotions, by my feelings much more. Because it's so much more fun like that. You just feel so much more aligned and so much more in sync and so much more connected to everything. It's so much more like a dance than if you're just being led by your thoughts. And that's kind of the beauty of art and the beauty of making music and whatever, using whatever medium. And I mean, also like if I'm watching something on YouTube, I just want to feel connected emotionally, you know, to the personal story of whoever I'm watching behind the screen, because sometimes I also need like useful information, but for that also we have AI now, like artificial intelligence. I mean, it's kind of, you know, telling us so much our brain wants to know, and that's good, that's fine, but you know, it can't feel yet, so it doesn't, and it probably will never have like a real story of its own. It's also what we need to remember. I'm telling you, I'm falling in love with life again.
I can be a shadow rolling on the street. I can make the same moves on repeat. I can go on walking when I'm sound asleep. I can lose myself that way. Wanna see from the bright side. On the
Ja, Annabelle kriegt ihren Kuchen. Ich hoffe, ich meine, wir haben auf jeden Fall genug für alle.
Umsteigemöglichkeit zur Linie 131.
So I got home from work now, and I've been thinking a lot about this feeling when we want to express ourselves, but something is holding us back, you know, whether it's in relationships or in our creative expression. And I mean, relationships are creative expression, literally, but I also mean like in our art, for example, you know, like there's kind of this silent pressure of only showing what feels really safe and, you know, what's kind of polished or accepted. You can have that in relationships too. And, you know, when you kind of fear to say the right thing, or you don't want to be too much like for the other person, and you know, maybe not scare someone off with your honesty or your authenticity or your fire, your passion or whatever. Yeah, or with your messiness. Yeah, you are allowed to take up space, and we are allowed to speak how we speak and to feel what we feel and to create without kind of censoring every part of ourselves that might be misunderstood. We don't need to shrink our truth to fit into someone else's comfort zone. You know, if someone truly sees you, if someone feels truly connected to you, they won't need you to cut parts of yourself to be lovable. And if your creativity comes from something deep and real, then it just deserves to be expressed, even if it doesn't land perfectly with everyone. Because the right people, the ones who are meant to hear you and feel you and walk beside you, they won't be scared of your fullness. You know, they will recognize you in it. You know, we don't need more perfection. What we need is more truth. What we need is stories to feel less alone, you know. We need connection. And maybe if we start giving our feelings the space to move through us, we will start using our thoughts more consciously again instead of actually being used by them. Because again, I just love the sentence, overthinking is underfeeling. And if we stop being so afraid of our feelings, because there are no wrong feelings, there just aren't. When we stop being so afraid of them, we stop abandoning the parts in us that just are meant to be heard. Either way, they will make themselves be heard either way. So might as well just start listening to them. Yeah. Because that's just when we come back to our center. Yeah. And that's just when our voice returns home. So that's what I'm realizing right now. Be creative in whichever way possible. Like, not just function, but create your relationships, create your daily life, every action. See it, feel this rhythm, this energy, these frequencies, this dance. I mean, think of it this way. You can look at a human being and you can see just a bunch of cells and molecules, bones or whatever, different parts stacked together. Yeah. Or you can feel this human being as a whole, You can connect with this human being or with this living being, with this plant or this animal, whatever. You can feel this mutual connection flowing through you. And that's the same way, actually, you can look at life. I mean, we as living beings, we're magic, right? But life, what we call life, is magic as well. And we can look at it as like a bunch of coincidences and just, I don't know, things that just happen by coincidence and don't really make sense. Yeah, or we can look at it as something magical with a deeper purpose, something we can tune into, something that tries to communicate with us. It's just a decision. We can look at things as if nothing makes sense in this world, or we can look at the deeper meaning, and then we suddenly see that everything makes sense. It's a question of perspective, really. So.